Hello everybody, my name is Chris Parks and I'm doing choosing a method of market entry in your primary target markets. Our two primary target market is Mexico and Africa. Mexico is relatively close for entry, it's our neighboring country. Our products are favorable for recreational customers, positioning our products in recreational areas like Cancun, Cozumel, Cabo San Lucas, and Puerto Vallarta allow our products to get additional exposure for promoting our products. These places that I named are vacation areas in Mexico, and it gives us exposure for all sorts of international customers that come from all over the world. It helps us where we're not just focusing on Mexico. It is our primary focus, but it gives us an advantage as well because of all the people that travel for vacation, and it gives us additional exposure. Mexico gives us the advantage to use the least amount of our financial reserves because of the location. We have additional help from NAFTA, giving us U.S. business equality versus cost advantage over other foreign manufacturers. U.S. manufacturers' products enjoy duty-free import benefits under NAFTA. To gain an entry into Africa, South Africa will be the best interest. I think it'd be a lot safer to enter into South Africa first. There's a lot of less issues with terrorists and economics. Just favorable in South Africa more than it is anywhere else. So I think it would be the best place to focus our entry in Africa first, and then we can progress from South Africa. We can work on our humanitarian goals like we have done in Zambia by exposing our products favorable for recreational adventurers, just like we did in Mexico, to gain necessary sales to do so. Manufacturing in Africa is also favorable from government help by the AGOA. AGOA allows virtually all marketable goods produced in AGOA eligible countries to enter the U.S. market duty-free. Duty-free is an advantage for us for people that are buying our products. Gives them a tax and saves them money on taxes. Some of the products they buy, they don't have to pay taxes on it, so that's an advantage. To maintain sales in Mexico and Africa, price of the products that we introduce will be relevant. Our target markets are growing countries that will allow us to grow with them. SteriPen Emergency UV Water Purifying Pen is the product of choice to enter into these markets. It is a below average price product from our superior products. This allows ease of customer service and customer credit. We can implement our high-end products as time progresses to maintain control over sales. The more products we sell, the better chance we have on lowering the price for more advancement into regions that feel the price to be more economical. We don't want to underestimate our business priorities in changing the price. Our goal is to maximize profits. If it's not favorable to lower or to raise our product price, we will reevaluate our SWOT analysis in the region of entry to do so. If price is too high, we can discount our product to find the relevant price average. The importance is understanding our customers, competition, and how to manage them to incorporate revenue. Tariffs and taxes are fairly low since our markets for entry are bound most to the World Trade Organization binding levels. The reduction in tariffs gives encouraging to reduce cost structure. While expanding our company internationally, we must pay attention to the protection of our intellectual property. South Africa follows the Patent Cooperation Treaty but does not agree to it completely. There's some parts of it that it excludes itself from, so we got to be cautious when we're doing business in Africa. South Africa follows the Patent Cooperation Treaty but does not agree to it completely. Like I said, each state may declare that it does not consider itself bound by Article 59 of PCT with regards to any dispute between and contracting states having made such a declaration in any other contracting state. The provision of Article 59 shall not apply. And that's what it says. Mexico follows the PCT completely, making it favorable. So it'll be an additional advantage to start out our business in Mexico. At the entry level of expansion of the company, our best interest is direct export. Direct export is the primary method for entry since companies are still in the process of understanding the country's business methods. We want to gain personal knowledge of the region of expansion as well as understanding the fundamentals of our customers. We want to be fully committed in the export process. We need to gain a better understanding of our market. As the business grows, we want to have a greater flexibility to improve or redirect our marketing efforts. By participating in direct exporting, we can work on gaining the international business image. We want to recruit staff that understand our markets and will gain them personally during the process. One of the four of the main advantages that the methods that we're going to choose is licensing partners, joint venture, direct investment, and direct retail. Those are our choices that I think would be the best when we're trying to sell our products in Mexico and Africa. Thank you. That's all that I have. Hello everybody, my name is Chris Parks and I'm going to present you the executive summary. Steripin is an internationally known water purifier created and owned by Miles Maiden, founder of Hydrophoton. It was incorporated in 2003 and based out of Blue Hill, Maine. The product uses ultraviolet light to destroy a wide variety of bacteria, viruses, and protozoan cysts. Most of the ones that we know about is hepatitis, E. coli, and salmonella. Steripin would like to continue to internationally expand its business in Mexico and Africa and potentially in China, where water purity is a need. Steripin is merchandising of its products internationally and domestically, provides a service of clean water. Its products are in mainly retail stores. It is also advertised in many recreational online stores. We provide a service for clean and safe drinking water. Steripin is handheld UV water purifier quickly and easily makes safe water available. Using the power of UV light water purification, Steripin destroys over 99.9% of microorganisms in water that can make you sick. The three main products are the Steripin Adventure Opti, which is mostly used by adventurers who enjoy hiking and camping. Steripin Classic 3 is a product most economically priced that people enjoy for day-to-day use. Steripin Ultra is a product that was made to allow the product to last longer by increasing the strength of the plastic and its components. Hydrophoton received its first Steripin patent in 1999 and now holds 8 patents. In that year, the first Steripin was sold through REI. It's an online recreational site that has all kinds of hiking, camping, and stuff, and it sold its first product on that website. And in 2011, Time Magazine named Steripin one of the top 100 all-time gadgets. The Steripin is now known as the first and fastest portable UV water purifier available. It destroys viruses, bacteria, and protozoa, just like I said earlier. Its speed, effectiveness, and portability have impressed end users and media alike. Backpacker Magazine, Newsweek, and Today Show have featured Steripin as a powerful, user-friendly alternative to pumps, chemicals, and filters. Steripin is the expansion of its business, broadening its international market in places that are in need of safe drinking water. There are many ways used to ensure water is safe to drink. The principal ones are boiling, chemical treatment, filtration, and UV irradiation. Boiling uses lots of fuel and gives you very hot water. Chemicals usually leave a nasty taste and can take ages to work, while not managing to hit all protozoa. Filtration is faster but quite heavy and is not able to deal with viruses. UV treatment manages to deal with all biological nastiness, uses no chemicals, and is fast. Steripin provides a convenience and satisfaction with the safety of consumer water domestically that gives it a quicker time than its conventional methods. Water quality can vary widely outside the United States, and it's particularly suspect in developing countries. In most cases, the recommended strategy involves using a method, same thing, mechanical, electronics, chemicals, designed as a water purifier. which eliminates viruses as well as protozoa, same thing, bacteria. Steripin will provide an additional advantage internationally because of the unfavorable water conditions that other countries have. Steripin will provide a safe and cost-efficient alternative from original methods of purification. Steripin's short-term goals are to expand regionally into areas that are unfamiliar with safe drinking water. Steripin wants to spread the awareness and understanding with the products it has to make water safer and economically profitable. The long-term goals are to make Steripin a household name where everyone has its product that is reliable and uses with pride. Steripin will continue to expand internationally through Mexico and Africa. Its primary source is in vacation areas that have recreational activities, familiar areas like Cabo and Cozumel. These areas provide not just people in the region, but will also gain customers all over the world who go on vacation to these areas. Africa has an abundance of recreational activities that give potential for expansion as well. In Africa, we will work in South Africa that gives us favorable governmental acceptance of exemption. We will work mainly direct sale to gain the knowledge of our customers. We will eventually like to use merchandise sales in local stores as well as distribution with license agreements for online stores that will provide our products as well. Steripin's international business will maintain its integrity as it has with conducting business in other international areas. We will follow all laws pertaining to the countries that we will be selling our products in. We will also follow our laws for international trade. We will use our senior international marketing members to decide on a group of members to create a team. We want to engage with our customers internationally and incorporate partners who have the same objectives as we do. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Leslie LaCour. This is International Business 3270, a Steripin. The target market identification. So products similar to Steripin sells in several markets around the United States. The Steripin has proven results for deleting up to 99.9% of active bacteria in water. Steripin uses ultraviolet light as part of the sterilization process. Many other bottled water manufacturers around the world use the same purification process. Sterilization of commodities such as water has become more essential for human life. One of the major competitors for Steripin is Mirex. This company offers a product similar to Steripin. Their product is called the Mirex Pen. The Mirex Pen purification also uses an ultraviolet light to help purify their water products. Mirex has also won several prestigious awards within the United States, including the E Award for export in the United States. Mirex has been established for over 20 years and offers to offshore countries around the world. The end user for Steripin would be Mexico, northern and southern Africa, India, and the northern regions of China. These regions are rural and water supply is very scarce. Individuals in these regions have to travel for many miles on foot to find water sources. Steripin uses mobile technology to bring clean drinking water to rural areas that have limited availability of sterile water. Isolated areas and rural areas in these countries would benefit the most from the Steripin. Non-profit organizations in these areas would also be able to assist their communities by improving the quality of life by using the Steripin product. Steripin should expand its merchandise and outgrowth development to markets export with Mexico. The United States currently has high-quality trade treaties with Mexico, which will allow Steripin to release its products with trouble-free efforts. SteriPen would also have great interest in expanding with Africa. Africa is considered a potentially lucrative market and shows a commitment for positive trade. SteriPen could also potentially have favorable profits by expanding distribution to China. These target segments is based on the lower and middle class households within these foreign nations with a need for water improvements. The selection of target markets. So the 3 target markets that were selected for expansion of SteriPen products would include Mexico, Africa, and China. Mexico market is becoming more developed, so 78% of its exports are transported to the United States. In 1994, the North America Free Trade Agreement supported trade with the U.S. and helped to regulate tariff rates. Mexico would be a great country to establish an international relationship in, adding to absorption and the factors of international markets. In addition, valuable assets that Mexico possesses would be its low average tariff rate of 2.2%. Investors have taken notice to Mexico's rapidly developing economy and adding manufacturers and oil development organizations to the country's expansion. The second country of our interest would be Africa. SteriPen acknowledges its obligation to human life, and this has driven our decision to help the people of Africa. In the year 2000, the African Growth and Opportunity Act was passed by Congress. The incentive for the African nation was to improve political and economic government by opening additional trade options. The potential for the U.S. trade in this region could improve the survival and expansion of trade enhancements. The third relationship would be China. So China and the United States has changed its relationship dramatically in the past few decades. The relationship has become stronger due to the World Trade Organization and the additional provisions that occurred in 2001. In recent years, China has achieved some of the largest growth in population, but only about 50% of the country is urbanized. The United States Foreign Commercial Services was established to help small businesses like SteriPen find specific solutions when penetrating a country such as China. China has some developed areas now, but estimates show in 2030 that 875 million individuals will become urbanized. SteriPen can help China achieve its goals, adding options for clean drinking water to underdeveloped areas. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kaylin Kirk, and as part of Group 3, I will be discussing the background of SteriPen and Hydrophoton, the company that produces SteriPen, as well as the product selection for the primary market that we will be proposing the exportation of the SteriPen to. After extensive secondary research, I have been able to distinguish some facts about the export controls, the government regulation and packaging, as well as find out some information about the background of Hydrophoton. Hydrophoton was incorporated in 2003 and is the company that is responsible for the production of the SteriPen portable water purification system. The SteriPen was introduced in 2014 and is a handheld device that uses UV light to alter the DNA of bacteria and cause it to be unable to reproduce and therefore unable to get a person drinking the water sick. The way that the SteriPen works is the user will place SteriPen inside the water, turn the device on, the light comes on, the user will stir the water around. Once the indicator light blinks off, the water is safe to drink. It does not filter any of the solids out of the water, but it does kill the bacteria. Hydrophoton specializes in products for the outdoorsman and is specifically geared toward UV light purification devices for water, pre-filters for bottles of water, as well as replacement filters and cartridges. The SteriPen can easily be transported and used. It's lightweight and can be used up to 5,000 for up to 5,000 uses. The WHO, the World Health Organization, regulates the water purification using chemical water purifiers, but does not appear to have caught up to the use of UV light to purify water for individual usage. One of the main testing goals for the World Health Organization is that the water be found clear of E. coli bacteria, which the UV light produced by the SteriPen does kill the E. coli bacteria. As far as the product selection goes, I will be focusing on the two countries that we have selected, which would be Mexico and Africa. We'll actually be looking at a portion of Africa. It will be South Africa is our point of entry into Africa. And thanks to the existence of NAFTA, exportation into Mexico will be relatively simple. We will not require any type of certificate of origin, and we will not be assessed any additional fees that products coming from other countries into Mexico are going to receive. The SteriPen is priced well below the $1,000 maximum to be shipped without a certificate of origin, and so an application to export and import will be required, but we will not have to have the certificate of origin. Hydrophoton will also need to become registered with the Federal Taxation Authority of Mexico in order to be able to import goods into Mexico. Exporting consumer goods to Africa will require an import permit. The SteriPen will also require a certificate of origin to go into Africa, and that is according to the Africa business pages. The SteriPen falls under the EAR-99 classification for low technology goods, and therefore will not require any licensing for exportation. All businesses in the U.S. must file under a general validated export license if the company is transporting more than $2,500 worth of items out of the U.S., and that's according to Penner and Associates website. So we will have to file under a general validated export license in order to export our goods outside of the U.S. So there will be a slight hindrance to the exportation process to Mexico due to the requirement of the validated export licensing and registration with the Federal Taxation Authority of Mexico. But given the existence of NAFTA, the cost will far outweigh, the benefits will far outweigh the cost. The SteriPen uses 4 AA lithium or NiMH batteries, so it will not have to meet any voltage standards in either country. Due to the fact that the lithium batteries produce high levels of energy, they are dangerous to ship. If we were to export the SteriPen with the battery inserted, we will need to follow other regulations and safety requirements for shipping dangerous goods. The SteriPen is designed for use in an outdoor setting, and the only recommendation for storage is that the batteries used are geared toward the batteries used in the device. The batteries need to be protected from extreme cold, which will not be an issue in either of the 2 climates that we are planning to ship to. The target markets were selected due to their lack of access to fresh drinking water, the abundance of contaminated water, and the abundance of outdoor travelers to these areas. we do not feel religious beliefs will come into play. The fact that the method of purification leaves the water tasteless and odorless is one of the selling features, and that makes the device the most marketable. The target markets were chosen because, the product is small and can easily be carried to a water source, and the ease of use and handheld size will greatly influence buyers' decision, as most water purification systems are not portable. Packaging in Africa should be geared toward being simple, convenient, environmentally sound. So paper and cardboard are the most acceptable type of packaging materials used in Africa. The packaging in Mexico is a little bit more geared toward what is legal, and they're legally all products sold in Mexico are required to have the Spanish language in addition to the country of origins language on the label. So we'll have to take that into consideration when producing packaging for the Sterapen. The name Sterapen does not pose an issue for marketing purposes. Stera is an abbreviation for sterilization and does not have a direct translation in Spanish. Pen translates to pluma and has no other meanings in Spanish. Translating the name in Africa is a little more difficult because every area has its own dialect. However, English is one of the main languages spoken in the country, and I believe that fact will help aid us in the marketing toward potential customers. The Sterapen handheld purification system is appropriate for the selected markets, and the overall benefits that will be reached from exporting to Africa and Mexico outweigh any cost.
Good morning. My name is Megan Wolford, and I will be presenting to you the Export Objective Statement Worksheet and our primary target market identification for the Sterapen. First, to increase export sales by at least 10% annually, which is our primary goal, we want to gain more of the global market share by offering a more competitively priced product to create another version of the Sterapen that can treat large amounts of water in the areas where the most growth is to be expected, and that's our secondary goal. There are so many countries that lack access to clean drinking water. It has caused so many unnecessary deaths. By marketing an affordable option to these segments, we can achieve the growth that is expected. Testing and research will need to be done in order to evaluate responsiveness to the product itself. In the first year, we need to do marketing research to determine the responsiveness in the countries we plan to target with our product. We will first use secondary research to see what our competitors have done and the countries they are advertising and selling to. We can survey their customers to gain insight on their view of water purification and its importance. Using secondary data in our preliminary research will save time and money. We can create our own surveys and questionnaires to retain the information we need to make a responsible decision. Some of the countries are more underdeveloped, and we may need to employ some people to do more observational research. In the second year, we will apply what we have learned in our marketing research and actively distribute our product internationally. We will tediously watch our financial records to make sure we are staying on track and catch any problems early on to avoid unnecessary financial distress to the company. We would be comfortable doing business with the top two markets of China and Mexico. While the Mexican economy may be improving, there are still regions of low development and scarce resources. Along with their low tariff rates, we have an opportunity for success here. Mexico and the United States have a good working relationship, and this will help ease the transition of Sterapen into their countries. We are also comfortable doing business in Africa. With many underdeveloped nations there, Sterapen has an opportunity to excel in corporate social responsibility, helping them gain access to something essential to healthy living. We can do a lot of good in that country. There are 680 million people in rural Chinese communities. Many communities lack access to safe drinking water and sanitation, and thus the risk of waterborne disease in many regions is high. At the same time, China is rapidly industrializing with associated increases in energy use and industrial waste. Although economic growth from industrialization has improved health and quality of life indicators, it has also increased the release of chemical toxins into the environment and the rate of environmental disasters with severe effects on health. And that is a quote from Mazeral, 2010. Marketing to this segment should prove to be profitable. While China may have the highest rating, Africa may have even more potential for profit due to the sheer amount of people who do not have access to clean drinking water. Based on the above information, China and Mexico may still remain our top two target markets. They're not near each other, and they're on two different countries, but this is not necessarily good because we don't want our international marketing efforts to be diluted. Mexico and Africa have some similarities in business culture. One commonality that I found is that business people in both countries are sensitive in how they are addressed. They place a lot of value on respect. There doesn't seem to be much difference in customer preference. We were unable to find any trade shows that Mexico and Africa have in common pertaining to our industry, and based on this outcome, it may be beneficial to target only Africa or to choose another country or continent to market to as well. And this concludes my portion of the presentation. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Gerard Dugor, and I'm just going to give you a little more information on our product. Now, our product is the Sterapin, and our primary two markets are South Africa and Mexico. Now, just to give you a little more information, I'm going to go over some our current situation, maybe a little product pricing, and also provide you with two of our ideal distributors in those primary markets. Just a little about the device. It's the Sterapin, and it's a handheld device, so it's not bulky, doesn't require much storage, not much for shipping other than some batteries may come included with some of the products, so you have to store the batteries, but no other special requirements needed to ship our product to our primary markets. The production of our product is very versatile, so it's flexible enough to allow for modifications if needed. So with that being said, this product can be easily shipped to our primary markets. The market demand in Africa is inelastic, which means that it can tolerate changes without drastically affecting the demand for the product. Excuse me. And so the same goes for both markets, Mexico and South Africa. Direct materials and labor costs involved with producing our product and shipping to our primary markets. The cost for the direct materials and labor will stay the same as here in the States. The only difference is the overhead will go up because we're producing more product so we can accommodate our primary two markets. We will allow for a price margin of about 10%. This is for any unforeseen costs or risks or any defects or anything like that that comes up. So at the low end, the price would be roughly about $105 per item. At the high end, maybe $115. Also, we have identified two primary distributors for our ideal locations. Aquatic Smart is a distributor in South Africa. This distributor already handles products such as water filtration systems, so they are familiar with that type of product. Productive Filtration in Mexico is also familiar with those type of products, so it's easy to use these particular distributors to distribute the Sterapin. Both of these distributors have well-established sales relationships with both residential and commercial customers. So this is very advantageous for Steripin in getting these particular distributors to handle our product, the Steripin. Currently, Steripin's competitors are not doing any business overseas, so there are no promotional activities at this time. I just want to also provide you with some of the methods and promotions that we plan on using. So what we have here is we're going to use government-generated listings of the prospective partners. We'll also use the customized listings and itineraries prepared by government offices. We would also use the placement of classified ads in the industry trade journals. We would also visit the major industry trade shows that services South Africa and Mexico. We would also use the trade missions traveling to those two markets. And we will also use some referrals from U.S. and overseas industry contacts, as well as business organizations and Chamber of Commerce. So that's the information I want to give you on our product. Thank you.